Hey everyone, welcome back to the Finance Things in Life. I'm Matt, along with my brother Anthony, and we're from the Pitti Group Wealth Management. And today we have special guest Candace Messner from True Agent Real Estate. And this is going to be not Real Estate 101, but 201.
201.
Yeah, we're going to kind of skip the first.
Maybe a little bit of both.
All right, we'll dabble into both.
Dabble into both.
There we go.
I like it. Just touch it.
Yeah. We don't want to waste everyone's time with 101.
No.
Correct.
We feel everyone's probably ready for 201. Maybe we'll even touch on 301.
Wow. That's big.
Yeah.
That is huge. I was not prepared for that.
I don't think anybody was.
Right. Yeah, I mean, keep everyone on their toes, right?
All right, let's do it.
Everyone is on their toes at the moment.
Right. We don't know where it's going to go.
Nobody does. Nobody is. I'm excited.
Yeah, me too.
All right. Let's start here. Candace, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I love that question. I'm a real estate agent in Rochester, New York here. I specialize in residential real estate. And yeah, that's it.
That's
All right.
That's like
Wow,
that is as 101.
That's the 101 part.
This
All
is
right.
the
Gonna cover.
introduction.
Yeah,
This is Candace. This is your teacher. This
is it. This
is
is
put
it.
her name on the
There you go,
chalkboard.
exactly.
And so I guess to go to 102.
Yep.
What got you into real estate?
Well, it's not that crazy of a story. But I actually 5 years ago, I was in hospice working at a comfort care home. I was doing that. I was one of 2 employees, and then COVID had hit. So I was like, well, we got the PPE or PPP, whichever it was called. You guys would know better.
Yep.
And I was like, well, if I'm just going to be sitting here, I might as well dabble in real estate and take my license, see what happens. I've always been really interested in it. And see where it goes. I took my license, got it, or took my test, got my license, and then I reached out to a friend to be like, hey, what do you think? What should I do? And she was like, well, we actually have a spot on our team and we'd love for you to join. So I joined it, and I thought it was going to be like a part-time sort of situation. But anyone that does real estate knows that it is 100% like over a full-time commitment. So when Isaiah House was the comfort care home I worked at, it opened back up, and I had just like loved what I was doing so much that I was like, I'm just going to keep doing this. And now I'm able to support Isaiah House in more of like a donor way, volunteering way, and in a way that actually makes a bigger difference to me. So that's kind of what got me into it. I just fell into it, and I was like, every door that opens, if it keeps opening, I'm going to keep walking through it. And
It's a nice
here
real
I
estate
am
pun
today.
right there.
Huh?
It's a nice real estate pun right there.
Yeah.
She's got the keys to every door that
Right.
opens.
Oh my God, are you kidding me? Not only are you my wealth manager, you should also be my marketer.
Oh gosh, I can definitely account for you being busy. I think it took 3 or 4 months to get you on.
Yeah. My bad.
Yeah, no, it's all right.
No, that's a
Keep
good
busy.
thing, right?
Yeah.
If
Business
you're
is booming.
if you're not busy and you're a realtor,
Then that's actually probably
a problem.
Yeah, for
So.
sure. And this year was probably the craziest year that I've seen in real estate in a really long time.
Wow.
So I don't know if you guys are familiar with what's like going on in the market.
No, but please tell me more.
Yeah.
Right.
This has been a really wild year. I feel like the winter, January, spring market is now starting a lot earlier in the year. So a lot of the times people will be like, let's wait until like May or June to sell our house. But it's really, the spring market is happening in January, February, March is what we're seeing. So it was the most intense competition that I've seen, where we were seeing 200, 300,000 over asking.
Oh wow.
And then when school lets out for summer is usually when we see a small dip for a couple of weeks. And this has been the longest prolonged time of a quieter market, where people were questioning, is it going back into being a buyer's market? It's ticked up a little bit, but it's just been probably the most polar opposites of 2 markets that I've seen this entire time. So
Do you think interest rates have anything to do with it, or is it just the Rochester market in general because we've been so hot?
Yeah, I think it's a
4 or 5 years?
combination of both of them. I mean, the rates are obviously a really huge part of it, but when the rates were high, it was still a really hot market. I think when there was there's obviously a lot of uncertainty in what's going on in the economy. You guys know it, you see it. But I think that when people started to realize that, like, if you were looking in January, February, and March, and you saw in August, the same house that you were going to go 100,000 over on sitting on the market, you started to become a little bit more picky. I think is what I was seeing is people were like, well, I can just wait for another one and maybe I won't have to go that much over asking. So I think that played into it. We started seeing more listings. I think buyers get tired of having to just like keep getting beaten.
Right.
We always joke it's like you're like Mike Tyson and you're just getting punched left and right, and then you finally get a house and you're like, oh, this is a good feeling.
Right.
Yeah, so I think it's just a combination. Rochester is also very different comparatively to the rest of the nation. You guys may see it. I don't know if it relates too much to how the stock market reacts, but like Florida, it's like totally flipped.
Yeah.
I have buyers in like Georgia that waited 6 months to be able to sell their home. But here we just have no inventory. So, and there's no real new builds that are coming on to the market unless you're going out into Ontario County or something. So supply and demand, baby.
Yeah, I know. I think, I've heard some Florida prices are down 20%.
Yeah.
And that's wild to
think.
think.
I mean, if you look at a map of Florida, the houses that are for sale, it looks like Florida has chicken pox.
Right.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Insane.
And people during COVID, they were like getting in line just to like put an offer in without even seeing the house. And now it's to sit there and be like, oh my gosh, we're waiting 6 months to even try and break even on this. It's it's crazy.
I mean, our father bought ours. They didn't look at it, did they? Or did they have someone? They had their realtor walk through it with a camera.
Yeah, I think the realtor walked through it.
Yeah.
So when did he buy?
I think it was
22, 21, 22.
21.
Yeah.
2020, 21.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That was
the hot.
That was
market,
the hot time. But
Man.
even during the housing crisis and the boom, whatever it was, the bubble that popped, whatever they say, Rochester's housing market still stayed pretty steady. And I really do think it just has to do with the supply and demand. And then also it's a more temperate climate. It is more like a lot of people moved back home after COVID, could work from home. There's just so many factors I think that play into this market that make it the most interesting place to work. Keeps you on your toes for sure. So, yeah.
So let's get back to, I have a question.
Yeah.
So obviously you made a transition from, kind of two opposite ends of, working in hospice to a real estate agent. I mean, I feel like everyone and their brother has thought about becoming a real estate agent
hilarious.
at some point.
It's literally, everyone's like, I should be a real estate agent. I should do
that.
it. Yeah.
And I don't think I don't think they realize the amount of work that goes into it. You're on call 24/7.
Yeah.
People are asking you to, for the most part, usually selling their most expensive asset, and they don't want to sell it at a discount.
Yep.
They want to sell it at a premium, especially hearing like people selling it for $200,000-$300,000 over asking.
Yep.
So, I mean, any, words of wisdom for people that, or, what people should really think about before becoming a real estate agent?
Well, I think that, one of the misconceptions was like, oh, well, I'm going to have a flexible schedule. I'm going to be able to just I can do my showings when I want to do them. But that is 100% not the case at all. It's been such a challenge because maybe it's flexible in regards to an hour or two of your time or being able to find someone to help you cover a showing or something. But vacations, you can go on vacation, but you're never actually on vacation. I'm always working no matter what, every single day. If I get a text that comes in or if I get an offer that needs to be written, I'm writing that. I can't pass off writing an offer to someone else because it's you're hiring me to be able to negotiate for you, to be able to be fighting for you, understanding your situation, what you're comfortable going to, all of those things. So it is important to know that if you're going to do it, it has to be all in. You have to have a really good drive because if you what's hard about real estate also is when you get a client, you probably have 3 to 6 months until you're going to go under contract, probably 45 to 60 days after that until you close. And then a few weeks after that, you get paid. So 6 months ahead of time, at least, of what what that month is going to look like for you 6 months in advance. So it can be really scary to have, if you have a slow month, that in 3 to 6 months, you're also going to be hurting from that, which is something that we talk about a lot with kind of planning what our financials are going to look like, forecasting what that's going to be for the year. And so that's really important. But I think that if you are you've saved money, you have some other investments to make sure that you can carry yourself through, because it takes at least 6 months to a year to get even a steady sort of business. And just, I would say, focus on relationships, making sure that everyone knows you're in real estate, but also just genuinely caring about people's situations, genuinely putting yourself in networking situations with other real estate agents. There's just so many things. You just have to keep putting yourself out there and pushing it to try and get some clients and to get going. Once you get going, being an agent that actually cares, not being an agent that's, you know, lazy and just like entering the contract and then like, cool, we're good, let's go, see ya. Because then that sort of opens, the more that you're involved, the more that you are kind of going out of your way, it will kind of trickle out in the client base. So.
I think that trust thing is huge, because I do think there are a lot of real estate agents out there that are, you know, maybe have a slow month and they really need to take up that next month. So they're going to kind of go out there and start pushing, and, you know, more of that salesy kind of attitude. And I got to imagine that a lot of the clients that you have can feel that
100%.
Like, people know when they're about to be sold something instead of
if you're in a situation where you don't where you're working as a real estate agent and you know you don't have something to back you up, then it's quick to turn into being like, oh shoot, like I just got to get this done, and I never want to service my clients like that. I always want it to be out of, is this the best situation for you, is this the best house for you? So making sure you have that backup is very important.
Because you want your clients to be happy with the service that you provide. Because, you know, I would assume if someone's buying a house from you or you're selling a house and once they're in their new home, they're probably not looking to do it in the next 6 months to a year. It's probably ideally 3, 5, 7 years down the road. So you need that client happy. So when they need to do it again, or the referral business. Because I mean, our business is built on, for the most part, referrals. Obviously, we're doing our legwork as far as networking and things like that, and kind of promoting ourselves. But 90% of our new business is referrals. So I got to imagine it's the same thing with real estate agents.
That's 100% it. And I think like you start to see, like you can really tell how good of a job you've done like at this point of like being at 5 years, is because like usually at the 5-year point, you're going to start seeing people starting to move, starting to call you again. And that's why I'm lucky. I feel like this has been my busiest year, because it was my first fifth year.
The fifth year.
The fifth year. It was
that's what we should name this.
The fifth year. It's like the first fifth year.
Right.
No, but it was a lot of referral business, which it means a lot. And so when it's not just like you close and then see ya, talk to you never again, it's like the relationship that you continue on after that is also so important. Making sure that they're good. I try and give like client deals for furnace servicing, like little things like that, to just be like, hey, I'm a resource for you no matter what. So I think that's huge. I'm sure you guys, obviously it's a similar business in that sense for you guys.
There's definitely parallels there, and I think the cream eventually rises to the top if you're doing your job too. You know, going above and beyond what normally people do. Same thing with the advisory business. If you're going above and beyond, you will get those referrals and kind of that cream rise to the top. And the other people that got into real estate just to try to make some quick money will eventually fade out of the business because they can't keep it up.
I think they say if you make it past your 3rd year in real estate, it's like a huge thing, because everyone usually is falling off by that point if they haven't created a good business model and things like that. So all good stuff.
Cutthroat business.
Cutthroat, baby. I'm very cutthroat, as you can tell. Very nasty.
Extremely. You should have saw what we were talking about before we hit record.
Thank God no one did.
I didn't know how this was going to go.
A little nervous.
So, do you have any crazy real estate stories?
Oh God. Oh, I knew you were going to ask me that. And everyone asked that question. And honestly, I can't share them.
Oh, man.
Wow. All right. How about this? Maybe not your crazy real estate stories, but have you heard of anything within the business? I mean,
oh man. I mean, there's just I feel like it's not so much crazy. It's just like the drama of like in between real estate agents and like what goes on behind the scenes, which also I can't share.
Cutthroat.
Yeah, I would get in a lot of trouble.
Cutthroat.
But you hear like some really, really, really crazy things. I wish I had something juicy to share with you. I honestly really should have planned on you asking me that.
The next episode,
Yeah,
we're gonna darken her out. And we're gonna change her voice.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
change it over and like like how they do. No.
Yeah. The witness protection.
Yeah, we can do that.
Exactly. I think that that's the craziest part that I didn't realize. It's like the more that you get into the industry, the more you realize like it is kind of like high school, like where it's just like everyone kind of has like their people. I try and just be friends with everyone because I'm going to hopefully write an offer on each of their houses and hopefully they want to call me and take my offer. So
yeah, that's a good way to put it.
I know. So I don't have a juicier one for you.
Yeah, that's all right.
One would be Andy's story.
And we're not going to get into that. Not for at least another 12 months.
Yeah, exactly.
So as far as, you primarily focus on residential.
Yep.
You do a little bit of commercial.
Mm-hmm.
But anything as far as, people always looking to, I think real estate, people think, I can make a quick buck, whether it's being an agent or flipping houses or, any insight there as far as the Rochester market, like in today's world?
I think that, it's really, really hard right now to try and think that you're going to be buying a house and you're going to be able to turn around next year and sell it for more money. Our housing market is appreciating really quickly. It's a lot faster than it's ever been. But with that being said, if you are buying a house at top dollar, at least plan on being in there for, 5 years at least to be able to try and get a return on it.
Right.
I have seen, people be able to turn it around and make a hot profit on it. But that would be timing wise, making sure you're pricing it right, the condition, all of that fun stuff. In regards to investing, a lot of people are getting into investing. And I think that our sort of generation is in a really good spot for that because a lot of people got their first homes before the market really took off. I know, like, where were you guys? I know, I'm sorry.
Had to bring it up, didn't you?
I know I had to.
Had to bring it up.
A lot of people got locked in, refinanced when the rates were like 2%.
Right.
I'm sorry.
One of my biggest regrets.
I know. In like, people got their houses in the North Winton Village when they were like $100,000 and you refined. I'm so sorry.
You had to be so specific about it.
Well, because that's where all my friends are. They are getting their first house there and then refinance at 2%. And then ideally you can hold on to that house and rent it out.
Right.
Buy your next house. Use the equity from that house to use it for your down payment. And buy your forever home or buy your next step house. And I think that that's huge way to build some wealth, start getting some rentals. But also people are getting into the flipping, like you said. That is a scary game to play because if you had bought, let's say in September of this year, the market isn't doing what it was doing in March. So you really have to know where you need to hit and be really confident that you can do that. Also, a lot of people have different investment strategies. So like a lot of people follow the 1% rule. So like if you buy a house for $350, you should be able to be renting that out for like $3,500 a month. So that's a really common investment strategy that people take. Or, like how my husband and I have done it is we held on to our house. He has a 4-unit on Park Ave. We're not trying to make, thousands of dollars a month on it, but we want to be able to pay it off so that, our plan so well that by the time we go to retire, that is hopefully paying, a good monthly portion of it. And then tie that in with all of the retirement accounts, brokerage accounts, all of that fun stuff that you're getting us into.
Yep.
I think
diversify.
You got to diversify. It's so important. And I think that, that's kind of been what our strategy personally has been. So,
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I met with a client recently and they're looking to eventually buy their first home. But right now they're renting or, looking for a new apartment, and the prices of apartments are ridiculous.
I've gotten so many calls because people are like, my rent went up. I might as well just buy a house. It's like,
And,
it's wild.
so I lived on Park Ave.
Okay.
I had a 4-bedroom apartment on Park Ave.
It's a good size.
Oh yeah, it was beautiful. It was on the ABC streets.
Oh, I love that.
In that 4-bedroom apartment, it was me and one other guy, my roommate, and it was $950 a month.
Could you imagine?
Total for both of us. And
what was that like?
Right.
I was to be so rich now.
Right. Seriously.
And then we, and that was included everything. Like, and then we had another buddy move in with us. So we're paying like $300 a month to live on Park Ave. And now he's saying that like that house, it's like $4,000.
Oh yeah.
Easily.
Easily. The things that
wild.
we see, I'm like, that is just so crazy. One thing that made me think of, because I do have a lot of clients that have reached out to be like, where do I even begin? A lot of people think that, it's all cash offers and that people are just like, I get the question all the time, where do people get all this cash from? How am I supposed to compete?
Right.
How am I supposed to compete when I'm renting? I'm trying to save some money, but like, I don't have, a bankroll of all of this money. A lot of the times, and I don't know, you might be mad at me for saying this, but a lot of the times people will borrow from their 401k to use that for their down payment. There's cash programs that lenders use where if you put 20% down, you can even put as low as like 5 to 10% down, get enrolled into a cash program, borrow from your 401k. So you're borrowing from yourself to be able to show that you're a cash offer and then put it back into your 401k. Have you seen people doing that on your end or?
Yeah, people have talked about it.
Yeah, we haven't seen too much of it. I mean, because I think a lot of the clients that we have are probably already in their first homes. We're not working with the younger demographic. Yep. We have a few of them, but I have a buddy that's in the lending business, and when I bought a house recently, it looked like an all cash offer.
Exactly.
And they kind of back you up on that, which allowed me to get a house. Like the deal easier because I was the only one that was a cash offer.
Exactly.
So
it's huge. So there are always ways around it. It's always possible. But rents are just absolutely insane. Like $4,000.
Yeah,
for a 4-unit on Park Ave. Are you kidding me?
Right.
That is outrageous.
You could that's a pretty decent mortgage payment right there. Yeah,
I think mine was a 3-bedroom when I was on Park Ave, and that was $1,200.
That is just
and it wasn't. I mean, it was a while ago, but it wasn't that.
No, it wasn't that long ago.
No,
right? I mean,
it's like
it wasn't
10 years
1950,
ago.
Right?
Right.
Back in my day, last year.
Right. I walk up to school uphill both ways.
Milk was 50 cents.
But it's just wild what prices have done, and but I think a lot of younger people, they're almost stuck renting because they can't really accumulate and build their nest egg to buy. And so
how do you save money when you're paying $4,000 a
month
and burning it basically, giving it to your landlord? So, but that's a good reason to become a landlord.
Right. Well, that's the other thing.
You get to benefit from that.
You buy a house, like maybe a duplex or something, or you're buying the house and you have roommates that helps offset some of the mortgage costs. And I also think this generation's a little different as far as they don't like to be stuck. They like the flexibility of moving. If they want to pick up and move across the country.
Yeah.
They'll do that, which is crazy to me.
Tiny home.
Right. Tiny home.
Seriously.
The van life.
The van life
like
is
you think
real.
about it. Which I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm in a little different situation having 2 kids.
Just a little.
Can't do that.
Yeah.
But
smidgen different.
I don't know if I could do that if I didn't. When I was younger. I mean, that sounds crazy to me.
It sounds great. I feel like it's like fun for like a little bit, and then you're like, oh, okay, I'd like a little bit of space here.
Yeah.
Right.
I have noticed a lot of people are wanting to put roots down in Rochester. I think there was like a little bit of like that. Like I got people being like, can you help me find some land? I want a tiny home. I want to just like live on the land. And I haven't gotten that in a long time. I think people are, and it could be just like where I'm at in my life and the clients that I'm working with. But yeah, I think a lot of people are wanting to put the roots down and get a house and stop. Like I also feel again, maybe it's who I'm working with, but people are trying to get ahead financially a little bit, and they know they're not going to be doing that with renting by any means.
I will say I feel like that next generation, one of the things they have focused on is just financial literacy and understanding their finances, try not to get in as much debt, pay off student loans, get out of credit card debt, which is, I think, a significant change from like even our generation. There's a lot of people that are just tied up in an immense amount of debt. I mean, even when you're buying a house, if you're approved for a $500,000 house, you don't have to go buy a $500,000 house.
Right.
Yeah.
You can buy a smaller house.
What's the debt ratio for that? Do you know it?
Put them on the spot. I
know.
Come on.
I think
I'm going to say
36%.
that's for your total debt, including like credit cards.
Was what, 38?
And your mortgage with your gross income is about 36.
Yeah.
Your mortgage to gross income, I believe, is about 24.
20.
Yeah. So just because you can go to that number, you definitely should not.
Right. Yeah. Look at how much your debt is, including student loans, what your more like your typical credit card payment is, and it's not the minimum balance; it's what your actual payment should be to pay off the card, and then that amount should be about 36% of your gross pay.
You got it.
Well, and then not only that, but taxes.
Yeah.
Some people forget the whole tax situation.
It's huge.
It just happened. Yeah.
Huge. You're paying $12,000 a year in taxes.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Right.
Even more so. I mean,
Webster, I think, is what, like 15?
Yeah.
16?
It's
depending on the size and the property value. It's,
exactly.
Outrageous.
And that never goes away.
No.
That's only going to go up.
Only ever going to go up.
That's for life.
A lot of people don't realize too, like the assessed values haven't gone to 100% market value of the homes in the town. So a lot of these houses I'm seeing are like a $500,000 house is assessed at $250,000, $300,000. Like you're not going to exactly double your taxes. A lot of people think like, oh, it's assessed here and this is where your taxes are. So if we double that, then we're going to double the taxes. It's really just what you got to look at what the tax rates are, the budget of the town, the county, all of that fun stuff. But it just happened where someone was like, I'm ready to offer. I want to offer X amount. I want to go up to here. And then can you just show me like what the taxes are going to be when it gets reassessed? And they're like, just kidding. We're going to change our entire plan.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
Psych.
Yeah. Psych.
That's a rude awakening right there.
It is.
It's scary. And I think that's one of the reasons the Rochester market prices stayed lower compared to the rest of the country. Is that our taxes are so high.
Yeah. Outrageous.
Exactly. Yeah. That everyone will be like, why the prices are so great here, and then they'll be like, oh, this is why, because my payment is thousands of dollars of taxes.
Right. My mortgage portion is this, and my tax portion is this. It's like, wait a second.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you're essentially paying half as much as you would on your mortgage as you would on your taxes.
Yeah.
Right. Fun times.
Yay.
But hey, Rochester's great.
Yeah. Booming market.
Yeah.
The next Silicon Valley.
Great.
That's what they say.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because of all the tech
schools and
IT going on around here.
Wow.
They consider it like the next Silicon Valley as far as like creation of new technology and new jobs.
That's
I didn't
huge.
hear that, but I heard like the next Austin.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Maybe not as high as Silicon Valley, but like
right.
2 notches below.
Yeah, not too high. Don't shoot.
Yeah, we don't.
We don't want to outdo ourselves here.
I mean,
we're already there to the tax level. We don't want to go too far.
We only have so much to offer here.
People are going to be like, you guys need to start investing today. This life's going to be crazy.
Right.
Business is booming.
We're just, real estate market, give it a little push right now.
Right.
Yeah,
right,
exactly. Yeah.
I mean, it's, schools are great.
Yes.
We have great public schools. We have great private schools. We have health, as far as the U of R and Strong and Flom Institute and all those, and then, we have some old money here, Kodak and Paychecks, and we have Wegmans. I mean, there's a lot to
do.
Offer
it still gives you like a small community feel for being a big city. But yeah, I totally agree. I think there's a lot to offer, and what we're seeing, I think I was telling you guys before, but like people that were working in New York City and Boston and things like that, when COVID had hit, they were able to work from home here, and they realized like, wow, I could still potentially be getting paid my Boston, New York salary, living here. Like, I mean, my sister was paying $5,600 for like a little closet in New York City. It's like $5,600 in Rochester is like a great budget for a house.
Right.
And I think people want to be able to have a little bit of space, obviously.
Yeah.
So I think with that, we're not going to have any tornadoes here, maybe, ideally.
Yeah.
It's hard to be sure.
But we're not going to have any major tornadoes.
Right, major
hurricanes.
tornadoes, exactly.
No, we don't get hurricanes.
No hurricanes, earthquakes.
We've had earthquakes, minor.
We
don't have to worry about wildfires.
We
just
have to, like,
smoke from them.
Yeah,
from the
just the
wildfires,
smoke from
which
them.
is
We
a
just have to like
inconvenience.
shovel our cars out. Like that's
Yeah.
not a big deal.
No.
Even that's been minor.
Minimal.
Yeah, exactly.
Last year was kind of harsh.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
Exactly.
yeah.
So.
And you think about the fall that we had here.
So gorgeous.
I
Oh my
mean,
God.
Yeah.
That's people that just moved to the area. They're like,
This is
this
awesome.
is amazing.
I had a guy that just moved from Brazil, and he was like, I'm going to go to Letchworth. This is incredible. I can't believe you guys have this up here. I'm like, you're from Brazil. Can I come see you?
Right,
seriously.
Like, what?
Yeah, so I think there's plenty to do in Rochester, which I think helps.
Yeah. For sure.
For those people that are looking to potentially buy a house, is there anything that you think people should look for in particular about a house, or like about the area, maybe the neighborhood, things along those lines that maybe they're not thinking of that they should kind of incorporate in their purchasing decision?
Yeah, I mean, I can't speak to neighborhood because of fair housing. So location-wise, obviously do your due diligence with that to make sure that you feel good about where you're going to be living. But in regards to buying a house, obviously checking your financing, making sure that when you are looking to pay top dollar on these, you're not going to get an increase in your taxes and all of a sudden no longer be able to afford the house. When you're looking at the house, getting an agent that has been on inspections and that knows what's to look for is really important, because you guys may or may not. Did you get an inspection on your house? I would bet not.
No, but my realtor, actually, we may have brought somebody in.
You can do
right.
You can do
like kind of do a quasi inspection.
Yeah. You can do a pre-showing inspection. So as long as the seller is cool with it, and I'm sure the seller was totally okay with it and totally knew and everything. So I'm sure it was good. But you can bring someone into a pre-showing inspection to kind of give your feedback, with just making sure the roof, the furnace, all those big things are good. That you're looking in the basement, there's no cracks in the foundation, looking at the property condition disclosures, all of those things. But I've seen too many times where people are looking for houses. They've been looking for so long that they start to take their list and cross things off. And they're like, you know what, like maybe we don't need that, or you know what, we'll be okay. And honestly, I was one that did that myself. Like, it wasn't that I was crossing things off, but I was like, oh, cool, a coat closet. Like, we didn't have a coat closet in our first house. So I was like, this is the greatest thing I've ever had. Like, let's buy this house, like whatever. Really take your time to make sure that you're not just getting the step up, but in 4 years that, maybe you want more than just a coat closet. Maybe, like different things like that. And I love my house. But it is, really making sure that you're not sacrificing because you're in this like caught up situation of this hot market. You're writing all these offers that I just have seen it too many times where people are like, you know what, we don't need that. And I'm like, okay, are you sure? Because when we first met, you said you really, really wanted this. So you're sure that you're going to be fine without having that in this house in 5 years when you call me, you're not going to be wanting a new house because you didn't have that. And making sure that, you aren't just throwing in this offer that is $200,000 over asking because you're just like in the heat of the moment. And that goes down to trusting your agent to make sure that they know when to like, okay, I know I was listening to what you said. You didn't really want to do this.
They got to rein you in.
Are you sure? But at the same time, too, there is always like a lot of people will be like, well, that's way overvalue, or if you are going 200,000 over asking, like that's crazy. But what you're not realizing too is a lot of the pricing of what is happening is it's priced undervalued to begin with. So you want to make sure that you're running the comps, that you have an agent that understands like, okay, they price this low in order to get bids going, in order to get people through the house, because a lot of the times if they're pricing it where the value's at, you're not getting any activity on the house.
Yeah.
It's sitting on the market and you don't get the offers and you don't get it sold as quickly. So there is this like really weird strategy that goes on in the Rochester market almost only right now, is what I've heard, is where you price it lower, you get the activity, and hopefully you get it sold super quick. So don't also feel like, oh, I'm going 100,000 over asking. Like, I don't want to do that. You might not be really paying anywhere over value. You might be just hitting right at value. And that's the purpose of what has kind of happened over the last few years here.
It's an interesting way to think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess the boost activity, but gone are the days where it's just
here's where I'll accept
getting a house under
asking. Right.
I mean, there were a lot of times that we were seeing in the summer after the craziness of the winter market happened, where houses were priced, they wouldn't get offers, and then the sellers would actually increase the price because they didn't get what they wanted with that strategy. So then they just like increased it, and it was like that house just went up $585,000. Like, what? How is that crazy?
Right.
Like, that's insane. So it's just like, it's a lot of, I think people are just trying to figure out what is the right strategy. What you have to do as a buyer going into the market is just know like where you're comfortable at, exactly what you want, and then just wait for the house that is the right one for you. Because at the same time, what determines the price is what the value is to each buyer. So if it's not there for you, it doesn't mean you have to go 100, 150 over asking, whatever it is. So lots of things to think about.
I know.
Yeah, seriously.
It's a crazy time.
Seriously.
What are your thoughts on some of these third-party apps like Zillow?
A lot of people will, like, if you talk to a lot of agents, they'll be like, don't use them, don't look at them. Like, they're going to try and take down the real estate market and our jobs and all of that. But when I'm looking for a house, I tell everyone we're going to look on every single app. We're going to look at every single avenue that we can possibly find a house for. But sometimes that information on Zillow and things like that isn't going to be accurate. So always just send me the home so I can do like a background check on it, and we can make sure that that is accurate information. A lot of the times, though, why people aren't liking Zillow and things like an AI is like a huge new topic that's coming out in regards to, is it going to take agents' jobs or not? Zillow, a lot of people don't realize, had a division where they were buying houses and they started a whole division on like investing in homes, and they closed that division very quickly because they realized that you need to actually have a person going into these houses. You need to have a person to be able to negotiate these deals. The relationships are so important when it comes to what we do every single day. And so I'm not really worried about Zillow or Redfin or whatever it is. Those are not very personal apps anyways. Like, if I don't take any leads from Zillow, some agents do, and those leads are very transactional, and I don't really like to work like that. I like to work with relationships and with people that I know, and so it doesn't affect my business. Some people might feel differently. Some people think that Zillow is like the worst thing that's ever happened, and it probably is. It is trying to screw us over, but they haven't been successful.
You know, before you really didn't have that information at your fingertips as far as if you were looking to sell your house or what your house was valued at. And now, do you find it accurate though? Like the Zillow, the estimates? Not
usually. Like, I get so many times people are like, well, my Zillow estimate said this, and I'm like, well,
when
like
the market's saying this, the actual market,
exactly. So like, those estimates are like, I don't even look at them. I just don't even pay attention to the estimates. Let's look at actual data. Let's look at what happened to the house next to you. Like, that's gonna be the best. And it's so important to know, like, month by month, week by week, it's changing. Like, this week could be a huge uptick because there's no other house in Pittsford that's available. So the value might be a lot higher on your house. There's so many factors that go into it that I just don't think you can look at like a blanket range and be like, oh, this is it. Perfect. This is what we're going to sell it for. So, yeah.
My daughter loves using it. She sends me houses all the time.
I do too. I'm always like,
it's like oh, look at this house. Look at this house.
This is perfect. I love it. Let's do it.
Let's try this.
You're like, no, please, God.
She actually, there was some sort of apartment unit that was for sale. I forget where it was, but it was huge. And it said on the Zillow app, it said there were no bathrooms. And so she got curious. So she created a profile and reached out to the listing agent or Zillow, whoever on there, and was like, create fake profile and wanted to know, like, just because she was curious. Yeah, I'm like,
that's wild.
That is wild.
Yeah, so she found out. So apparently, for whatever reason, it was like, I don't know, 16 units or something, but it said 0 bathrooms. But each unit had their own bathrooms.
Okay, that makes sense.
But I was like, there's no way that you can have apartments.
Yeah, right. It's like crazy. There's no way there's not one bathroom in there.
Yeah. Well, I'm like, oh, man.
That's impressive. Yeah. Good investigative work by her.
Right? Yeah. Maybe she's going to get in the real estate market.
Right.
Hey.
Taking some good
I got a position open.
Yeah. She's working on getting her working papers.
Perfect.
There you go. As far as being like an assistant or something.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Honestly, that's like... That would be, I wish I would have started so much earlier. Yeah. I'm like, how far ahead would I have been if I didn't start just 5 years ago? But
hindsight's always 20/20.
Isn't it though?
Right. Had I not sold my house, where would I be now?
I know.
Thanks for bringing that up.
I'm really sorry. I really dug in on it too.
You were my realtor
that's
at the
why.
time.
See, that's why I was like, see, that's why. Gotta have a good realtor.
Yeah.
Plug.
Yeah. Anything else that you can think of, or?
No, I think that what's important though, for me, that ties to you guys, what was huge with working with you is, especially as a real estate agent, like, you don't know, like, you're making money. A lot of it is before taxes. A lot of it is like, it's just like really hard to navigate through. And one of the biggest things that we've focused on is like, how do we invest that money? How do we make sure that you are investing in yourself rather than your taxes? And I think that you've done a really, really good job of doing that. And I thought it would be helpful for you to share some of the things that would be useful for people, especially real estate agents. I have so many that are like, what do we even do? Like, I mean, we don't have it set up as a corporate 401k or whatever it is. And I think you've done such a good job of helping us navigate that. I had to make up for tearing you apart.
I know, right?
Selling your house. Yeah.
So we had to butter him. See how easily you could persuade him?
I know. I felt so bad. I had to turn it around.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, I appreciate that. It all kind of depends on obviously who the person is and kind of what their scenario is. But there's, a lot of different things you can do. For some people, if they want to open up like a self-employed retirement plan, you can have a SEP IRA or like a solo 401k. Mm-hmm. If you don't have any employees, you could set something else up to help, save money for retirement, even an IRA or a Roth IRA. If you don't have one of those yet, anything that's going to kind of put you ahead for, time's always going to be the number one thing that's on your side. So having those things set up as early as possible and keep contributing to those is going to put you in a great situation later on. Or even, there's things like a brokerage account. If you've got money sitting in a checking account earning 0.0003%.
This is what we're currently working on.
Right. You could set up like a brokerage account and just, have money in a money market or a CD if you wanted it to be a little more secure, or just investing it into the market. Being at a young age, time is always going to be on your side. So just having those conversations early and what your options are, but there are definitely a lot of options.
Yeah, I think, regardless whether it's, my clients that are real estate agents or, whatever they do, and we say this all the time, the most important thing or the first place to start is creating your financial plan, creating a retirement plan and finding out what your goals are. Because without that, you're just throwing money at a wall and seeing what sticks. You don't know if that's really what's going to work for you. So from there, it's, okay, these are my goals. Okay, let's see what we need to do to get you there.
Yeah.
So whether it's 401k, IRAs, SEP IRA, I mean, there's a number of things out there. Yeah. So, then we can kind of sit down and see, okay, by doing this, these are the tax savings. This is how much you can put away. This is how you can maximize, your ability. So
maybe you're paying a lot in taxes now, so you want to create something that's going to give you a tax deduction now. Maybe you plan on working in retirement. Everyone says, well, if I'm retired, I'm not going to be working. It's like, well, that's not exactly what retirement means. Some people want
real
to
estate agents, they work part-time.
Right, they
anyways.
work part-time. So
They
Like,
it's their
what
own
is it
schedule,
gonna be
right?
like to be able to retire? I don't know. Hopefully you can help me with that.
Yeah, so it's just staying busy in retirement, but maybe that busy thing is you're earning income. So you got to plan for that. Maybe you want to draw from a different kind of account then because you want to stay below a certain tax bracket. So yeah, you got to have those conversations and create that plan before you really have that complete, this is what you have to do.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for that plug.
I mean, it's a huge thing that, especially right now, we're looking at the end of the year. You're like, oh man, like we're gonna get screwed. It's like a conversation that I'm having all of the time, and being able to hopefully build that plan in with real estate investing and how can you make sure that you're utilizing all of your money to help you hit those goals of what you want to do in all ways. So,
love it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yes.
Did we get to 301? Do you think?
I think
we did.
Yeah, we
I think we definitely did.
We definitely touched.
We touched a little bit of 101.
There we go.
Yeah.
A bit on 201. I think we did dabble.
Definitely
on
covered 101.
Definitely covered 101. Yeah.
With my intro.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I was like, oh man, I don't know where we're going with this intro.
This is gonna be a wild ride.
Hi, I'm Candace. I do real estate.
Like,
right.
I don't know. It's my least favorite question, honestly.
Yeah.
Well, that worked out perfect. It was like going down a roller coaster blindfolded.
There we go.
I don't know what's coming next.
Right.
Just like the real estate market.
Exactly. There you go. That's another one. Got a lot of usable content from this.
Honestly, it's so good.
Yeah. Well, thanks again for coming.
Oh my gosh, thanks for having me, guys.
If anyone needs a realtor,
I appreciate
please
that.
reach out.
Thank
we
you.
Can,
or if you have questions, I'm sure you
Absolutely.
enjoy, asking or having people ask questions and answering for them. So
for sure, anytime.
Cool. Yeah. And if anyone has questions for us, we're always here, and we're always here for if there's certain content or questions that you have, and
doesn't matter if it's a 101 question or a 301 question.
You're right.
Yeah.
We
we're always
it.
Here.
We got it.
Love it.
Perfect. Well, thanks everyone.
Yep. Thank you.
Thanks.